Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is my 6-month quadiversary. Yes, that's right, you heard that right. It has been half a year since my injury, which is crazy to think about. We're doing, sadly, the same style of video as, explaining everything, when I got my injury, how I got my injury, and what are some struggles that quadriplegics deal with. Now, this video is going to be edited briefly since we have open house today and we don't have much time, so I apologize for the lack of editing in this one. But it has been half a year since my injury, and I want to start out by saying how I got my injury. So, how I got my injury, I am working in a package delivering service thing, and they're pretty heavy packages. So on February 21st of 2024, on this day of work, carrying the package, and I slipped and I fell and hit my C5 C6. That's what most people think. Well, I actually hit my C4 C5 C6 and T1 vertebrae. So I hit a lot more vertebrae, but most of the damage was sustained to my C5, C6. And most of the function I have taken away is because of the other ones as well. So, I got my injury by accidentally slipping with a very heavy package at work on February 21st of 2024. I still work there, but I do way little minor jobs instead of the heavy package lifting since it caused me an injury. Before then, I found myself in the hospital for maybe 5 or 4 days to 1 week before I went to a rehab facility and got all my training there. I learned how to, do a lot of things, which is a good thing. So yeah, I figured out how to do a lot of things to that rehab facility. Now, a post that I just posted on Instagram shows more about my story and what I have. But another thing that I wanted to talk about is what I use to go to the bathroom, and I know it's time to use the bathroom. So, I use the bathroom via a male French catheter. Straight cath. So, straight cath is just basically a tube, and you put it in your urethra, and you go to the bathroom via tube. And then the French bit is the opening of the catheter. So I use a French one because it's just a wider area for me down there. And I would just go to the bathroom, have a longer, bigger catheter, and shove it up, do my business and everything, and I'd go to the bathroom. Now this has been my method for a few months or weeks now, because in my 3 to 4 month video, I started using type of catheters that I actually have now. The better form of this catheter, I have the better form of this catheter. It's just somewhere and we can't find it, but this is it. It's a long tube, wider opening than most cats, and it will drain in the bottom of this bag. So they're not that hard to use. There's a tiny opening that I just open with my thumb, and I just open the bag and everything. So yeah. Those are my type of catheters that I use. I've been using them for quite a while, maybe 2 months now, which is insane to think about, maybe 1 or 2 months, so crazy to think about that I've been using that type of catheters. What I used to use and sometimes use for night bags is a Foley bag or a pee drainage bag. Now, these are really simple. A bag with a tube running on one end, and you would stick it up, thread it through, and it's just like a little night bag, Foley bag thing. So I use that almost every night, but my new way of peeing during the day is a male French straight cath. Big words. So how I know when it's time to go to the bathroom, this is what most quadriplegics get, and almost every single quadriplegic gets. Again, almost, some quadriplegics are actually don't get it, which is insane for me to think about, but most of them do. Any injury in the cervical region of your neck, automatically you're going to become a quadriplegic, whether you're a very high functioning quadriplegic, like you can do a lot of things and you have some tricep, or you're a very low functioning quadriplegic to the point that you have no mobility, like Big Donnie. But in my case, I get autonomic dysreflexia. Autonomic dysreflexia is a reaction that your body sets off when there is something bothering you / uncomfortable from the level of your injury. Now, for me, my sensation is right at the midline, like the very top of my shoulder or at my mid armpit is my sensation. So if anything is uncomfortable down there, or if anything uncomfortable from here down is like that, then it will send me or give me autonomic dysreflexia. Autonomic dysreflexia symptoms are a pounding headache, sweating, very briefly of what you can sweat. You faint, you feel faint, dizzy, nauseated. So those are the common symptoms of autonomic dysreflexia. Normally people who are at the T6 and up get autonomic dysreflexia because it's very rare for a T7, T8, T9, T10, T11, T12, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5 to get autonomic dysreflexia because they have a lot of their functions and they can control that / know when to go. Now, yeah, that's just basically it for now. Autonomic dysreflexia comes when you need to do a weight shift, when you need to go to the bathroom in number 1 or number 2. It comes when you are out in the heat. Since we don't have a lot of ability to sweat on our own, we will get autonomic dysreflexia when we're hot. That is the main reason why our cheeks are always red, is because our body is constantly in a state of hotness, and most of the time we do get autonomic dysreflexia for the tiniest of briefest things. Like, let's say I was getting autonomic dysreflexia from literally needing a weight shift. I would just move my chair that way, and that would not automatically cure the autonomic dysreflexia because it needs time to actually process, oh, you just done the thing, okay. So once you do that, you have to take a few minutes for the autonomic dysreflexia to go away. So every single time the autonomic dysreflexia activates, that's when it goes haywire. You need to start focusing on what's causing it, do all the things that you can, and if it's not that, then you must be overheated, and that's why we bring a spray bottle for overheating. When you overheat as a quadriplegic, you can't sweat, so when you do sweat, it's very little to the point that you could still overheat. Most people will create a fake sweat, which is just water in a water bottle that you use as sprayer. Now, when you spray your face, this creates, wetness and actually helping you cool down. So this is a big lifesaver for most quadriplegics. Now, after the autonomic dysreflexia gets cured, you'll find yourself feeling a lot better because those are most of the onset symptoms of everything. So that's always fun. But that is really all I have to talk about today. Sorry, this is such a short video. Doc needs to be on chemo currently, and we just need to get this uploaded before open house. So, I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for celebrating my 6-month quadiversary with me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.